What's going on, guys? ChaseWins.com coming at you for late morning, Thursday, July the 18th. Cheers, everyone. Here's to a good Thursday. Let's do a quick recap, tell you what we got going on, get you on a free play, and we'll move on and have another great day. Yesterday, MLB, free play, Oakland Athletics, -1.5, -$1.05, blowout winner. Another free play winner that was a premium play on the card. We had 3 premium plays yesterday, 1 top play. So that was one of the premiums. We also had the Houston Astros on the run line, easy blowout. We also had the Cleveland Indians, blowout. And then we had our top play, LA Dodgers, blowout. It was close, I give them that, but they ended up scoring 5 easy late runs to smoke the Phillies there late. So a 4-0 clean sweep of the board in the MLB again. Another top play. We've only lost 1 top play in the last 2 weeks, in the last 14 days. Do the math, guys. ChaseWins.com. Now, so in saying that, obviously, the top plays are absolutely rolling, and, we preach, you hear people preach about their highest rated games, the games that are the games you step out on. These are the games that, when the statistics are there, they just don't come around often because it's so hard to reach that caliber of play. Don't you find it weird that all of a sudden they happen every other day now? Go from having 1 to 2 a month to having 3 to 4 a week. Damn. Seems like a big jump. I'm glad that MLB has just taken such a drastic turn. But well, use your head, guys. What do we have going on today after the sweep? $50, 3 days. Everybody knows that package, and 7 days is $99. If you buy a 3-day pass, today and today only, you will get a 4th day for free. So you get Thursday through Sunday. 7-day, you buy it today, you're going to get the 8th day for free. 30 days, whether you get all sports pass for 30 days or just MLB, I'm going to give you 3 extra days tacked on to that 30 days for free. So you'll get 33 days of plays for no charge. All the people that bought after midnight last night and then have already bought today, I've already extended you a day, so you don't even have to question it. It's already done. So that'll be our special. And then we also have, I didn't mention this on yesterday's video, so that was my bad. And I told Patrick, I said, I'll come back, I'll mention it on the video tomorrow. He wanted to drop his NASCAR season pass because he wants more people to get involved in flat out the easiest money you're going to make. I still don't understand how he does this. He's been doing it for me for 4 years. I finally, brought him on board this year, and the clients that are with him are floored. Like, how the frick does this guy know all this stuff? And I'm like, man, I know baseball and I know sports, but I don't know shit about NASCAR. I don't want to know. I don't care. I just know that every week I make tremendous money week in and week out. I mean, he's hitting over 80% on his head-to-head matchups, like 85.3%, I think is what the numbers were. 16-2 on top plays. He's, out of the 16 races I think we've had this year, 11 of those races he's predicted the race winner for huge plus money. I mean, $400 for the season, you'd make your money back the first week, no doubt. For 1 day and 1 day only, this goes till midnight tonight, he's dropped it to $300, so that's on him. I told him it was too cheap. I wouldn't do it. It's worth more than $400, but hey, it's his. So that's his baby. I'll let him do whatever he wants. And then our football. A ton of clients have been asking me, they're like, hey, we've done so well in baseball, we're ready to jump on football if we can get a discount to buy it early. So today at 4:30, you can go to ChaseWins.com, and the early bird stuff for football, college and NFL, and preseason will be there. And I'm sure that within just a matter of hours, there'll be somebody else that miraculously has their football up and ready to go. And they will tell you that, oh, baseball doesn't matter. It's football. We're the kings of football, and we know football. Mark my words. I have mine up. It will be up within just a very short while. So just use your head, guys. Let's see. What else do we have? I think that's it. Let's get you on a free play. And guys, I'm going to tell you something. Pay attention to umpires. Seriously, if you do your own capping, because most of the cappers out there couldn't tell you a single umpire's name unless they Google it. And that's a fact. Um, Yesterday somebody at random asked me, they're like, hey man, can I ask you a question about a game? And it's a client of mine, but it wasn't a game that I was playing. I wasn't involved in the game whatsoever. And I was like, yeah, sure, what's up? And usually I don't do that. Usually it's like, listen, this is what I'm playing. Here it is. I'm not going to give leans on every other game. This is what you need to play, and you need to play it the way that I say. But he was like, he said, anything you think about the total for the Boston Red Sox game? I said, I like the under. 2 reasons. Toronto has already outscored their own trend by 4 runs in the last 2 days alone. Not to mention the ump that's going up tonight, and I told him the ump's name. I said, he has a strike zone the size of Kansas. Everybody gets strikes. I said, so there's going to be strikes. There's going to be quick innings, and I just don't think that either team's going to generate enough offense to push it over 11 runs. I said, I'm seeing 7 to 8 runs is what I think it will be. So, and I was like, why do you ask? And he was like, no reason. So, he just asked, but then we got into a conversation. He's like, how do you know so much about umpires? I said, dude, I study umpires for every game I break down. That's one of the main bullet points that I do. And he was like, well, I can tell you this. He's like, I use you, obviously. I use some other services. He's like, never once have I had anyone mention an umpire. He said, that's just something that I don't think people think about. I was like, I know they don't. They don't think about it. They look at starting pitchers, what their ERA is, and what the win-loss ratio is, and how well they've been done the past couple of days. That's it. You wonder why they can't keep winning consistently? Or they can go on a hot streak, but it's always with the Yankees and the Dodgers? Think about it. There's more to it than starting pitching. And there's more to it than wins and losses. There's more to it than batting averages. People think that I'm crazy that I say Houston Astros are the best team in baseball. Who's the best team in baseball right at this very second? The Yankees. Who's playing the best? I think the Dodgers. Or you could even vice versa that, depending on the way you look at things. But with a 100% healthy team, you could put the Yankees, the Dodgers, and the Astros all in a row. If they are 100% healthy, all of them, the Houston Astros have the least amount of holes, and they are the best team in baseball. Now, can they be 100% healthy to take it deep into the playoffs and win the World Series? I don't know. It remains to be seen. But if they're 100% healthy, I don't think anyone can beat the Astros deep into the playoffs. I've said it since before the season started, and I'll stand by it until something drastic changes. So, whether it wins or loses. So, just think about it, guys. Think about what your capper actually knows. What does he actually know? Or does he just Google stats and then throw out a game because that's what the ESPN experts say? Think about it. Use your head. Free play. Let's jump on a free play. Speaking of the Houston Astros, I'm going to roll with them today. It's a little bit chalky, minus $1.55. It goes at 9:05 p.m. Eastern time. It is out on the West Coast again against Anaheim. Mike Trout's still questionable. Whether or not he plays tonight, obviously if he doesn't, this is going to be a premium rated game. If he does, it may still make the cut. I don't know. Trout's difficult to bet against. But Harvey's gotten rocked this year. I'm not impressed by him. And Wade Miley, the lefty, I am impressed with. I think that he hasn't got enough credit. Anaheim doesn't hit lefties very well. Houston is starting to come back to form offensively. And I think Miley, unless he gets into early trouble, I think he can go 5 solid innings, maybe 6. And if he does, the bullpen advantage definitely goes to Houston. And I think with that momentum from last night especially can be carried over and kind of seep into today's game. And, like I said, it's a little chalky at minus $1.55. But you're still laying $1.10 to get them on the run line. So there's not a ton of value on the run line. I'm not saying I don't like the play, but I would rather just lay the 155 and just have them have to win outright and then move on with another win. So that's what I'm going to go with. Houston Astros, premium play, minus 155. That is the highest that we go. So I don't like giving that out, but, if I'm going to play it, I'm going to tell you guys. So we don't go past what we say. We will not be betting 165s, 170s, 180s, anything like that. Never have, never will. But some days I'll lay a 155 or even you know, right there, you know, 150 or 155 if I really like it. And today I like the Houston Astros. So I think that's everything. You guys know about football. Be up at 4:30 Eastern time. The special for 3-day and 7-day, the NASCAR. And speaking of NASCAR, I talked to a buddy of mine this past weekend, and I was telling him that, you know, I've been betting some UFC earlier in the year. I know nothing about the sport, don't care to know, don't care to learn, but I want to continue that. So I had heard through 2 customers of mine that buy his UFC, and they had mentioned it, and so I started asking them about it. I'm like, hey, is it the real deal? You know, what's up? They started sending me bet slips, and they started sending me information on it, and I was like, wow, no shit. I was like, all right, I'm interested, because I want to keep, you know, making money off a sport I don't even know, just like I do NASCAR. So I talked to a good friend of mine, and you know, one of the things that he told me a long time ago was, if you make enemies in this industry, you won't last long term. He said, you make friends even though you're going to compete against them, and even though they're your competitor and you want to beat them. Making friends in this industry is the best thing you can do versus enemies, because this is a hard industry, guys. That's why people pop up every other day. Somebody's at, you know, blah 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 picks.com, and then 6 months later they're gone. It's because they can't handle a losing streak, can't handle pissed off customers, and this is just not what they do. They just think that they can beat the books and that they can make some money on the side doing it. This is what I do every single day, guys. So we talked, and I was like, you know, listen, I'm thinking about, you know, I've heard good things about it, and it was, you know, he kind of brought up NASCAR. He was in the same boat there. He's like, know nothing about it, don't care to learn, don't have a NASCAR guy, so why don't we do a trade? I'll give you this week's UFC card, you give me this week's NASCAR card. I said, that's fair. So we did it, and then we talked about it last night, and, you know, he was impressed. So I was telling him about my guy and, you know, what we've done throughout the season, and he was like, I want to keep that going. And I was impressed with the UFC by far. We have 5 premium picks this week, went 4-1. And they was telling me, you know, showing me the write-ups and everything for the past weeks, and I read through some of those. Looks like 19 out of the 21 weeks have been like blowout winners. So we decided to, you know, that we're going to keep it going. We'll do some trade-off. I'm going to get some UFC, be able to bet it. He's going to get some NASCAR, be able to bet it. And then we laughed about it. And he even said, he said, you know what's going to happen. He's like, I'm going to shout at your video out. He said, people need to know about the NASCAR. He said, because there's a couple of long-term vets in this industry that do NASCAR, and they're not what they're cracked up to be. He said, your guy's the real deal. He said, so I'm going to give you a shout out. And I was like, well, you don't have to do that. And I said, but you know what? I'll do it for you as well, because, you know, you deserve it. You know, hook me up, help me make a lot of money. He's like, but you know what's going to happen? We're immediately going to be accused that, oh, you know, we're working together, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, man, let them think what they want. I said, everybody thinks they know something, and 90% of the time they don't know shit. So shout out to my friend Kyle Johnson at Cappers Direct. His UFC guy, I don't even remember his name, but fantastic. I appreciate the fucking wins on Saturday, man. They were unreal. 4-1, 500 a piece on them, some plus money. I mean, it was great. So can't wait to do it again this weekend. I know Kyle made a bunch of money on NASCAR, and then I woke up this morning early, and then as I was sitting here breaking down some games, I get a text message going, I didn't know you and Kyle were working together. I said, here we fucking go. I said, dude, we're not. I am in no way, guys, affiliated or have ever been affiliated with Cappers Direct. And I don't think they'll ever be. I mean, I guess anything in this world's possible, but I don't have any plans on being. And he's not affiliated with me or ChaseWins.com. And I don't think he ever has any plans on being. What I will say is, you know, the only thing that we've ever talked about business-wise is I was having some software issues with the site, and I wasn't getting the answers that I wanted out of my web guy. So I called him. I was like, hey, what do you guys use for this, you know, this type of software and stuff like that? And, you know, he basically said, he said, listen, I'm no IT guy. He said, but if you want to, I'll put you in contact with the guy that built our software, and maybe he can help you out. So big shout out to him there. He really hooked me up. So hired that guy for him to take over some software stuff, and that's been great. So I do appreciate that. He did not have to do that. So, you know, like I said, that's the closest thing we've gotten to affiliation, but I do, you know, appreciate that. So hats off to Kyle. So I appreciate that. So go check him out, cappersdirect.com. Get on the UFC. But as far as baseball, you know where to go, boys. ChaseWins.com. Football is going to be no different. Check it out. You know the extension. You know the specials. Sorry for the long video. let's go out there and kill another day. Houston Astros -155. Go get it. ChaseWins.com.